again, ladies and gentlemen, it's RGM doing another video interview with some old friends of mine, the October Drift lads. How you doing, boys? You alright?
Hello, mate.
Thanks.
Nice one. We're in Manchester.
Yeah, good to be back.
What kind of experiences have you been having in Manchester when you played? Because I know you played here quite a few times over the years, haven't you? And any nice stories that you can share with the world about adventures in Manchester?
We've always had really good shows.
Yeah.
Like, we've been really, really lucky in Manchester. And we've played a lot of dead shows.
Yeah.
But we've never played a dead show in Manchester. It's always been busy. Everyone's always up for the shows, aren't they?
Yeah, I think we slot into the music, it's a very guitar music sort of scene, history and everything in Manchester. I think we slot right into that as well. So
you do find it's not just people that have bought tickets for your gig. You'll find people just looking for stuff to do at night as well, and they'll find stuff to do.
Yeah,
and they'll find when I put gigs on and that kind of stuff. I'm just surprised coming from Sheffield, where it's a bit different. Completely different mentality sometimes with people that are looking for stuff to do at night, and it's hard work to get people into gigs anyway, isn't it? But
full on.
There's a different vibe here, isn't there?
It's a completely different vibe, and I think, it's just, I would have been really nice kind of growing up in a city like this, as a kind of music fan, I think. It's completely different to the kind of
it's become our biggest selling city.
Has it? Right, wow.
Without really us doing too much about that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, brilliant.
It's a long way from home, so it's cool.
So I've known you from when you were with the Hargreaves boys in Sheffield, and that's where I first come across the invention of October Drift, when you started with no social media at all.
Yeah.
You just started with the logo, you just saw the logo all over the place. And then you kind of had to get into the social media side of things, didn't you?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, go on.
Well, it kind of becomes a bit... it's almost like bands are almost judged on their social media now, isn't it? It's such a kind of it's a part of being a band now. It's part and parcel of it, and we did it for the first year without, and it was great for a while, and then it kind of started to plateau because how do you reach new fans unless you have kind of a lot of money, I guess, to put in? But it was it started to get really tricky, didn't it?
I think we did that as much as we could have, and then in order to expand any more, we just had to bite the bullet and
no one gets into a band to upload pictures of themselves onto social media, or no one does that, do they? But it's such an integral part of being in a band that sometimes you just kind of forget I'm writing a song right now, and forget to just kind of sit there and enjoy the process of that, because you're like, I better post about this, and it can. It was really nice to just for a year to just not have any of that, and to just when you write a song, you write a song. When you're playing a gig, you play a gig, and you're just there and just enjoying it.
What I've enjoyed from watching your journey and that kind of stuff is just fucking how hard work you work. You got your own studio and that kind of stuff now. So is there ever downtime from October Drift?
Here and there, occasionally. We took a week out the other day.
Do you want downtime?
We don't deal very well with.
Not for too long. A week here and there is nice, but I think we work well in that. I know some artists and stuff do work really well, doing an intensive month sort of thing, and then having a month off or whatever. Whereas we're pretty good at we're there 3 days a week, 15 hours a week every week.
Yeah, sure.
And then gigs on top and stuff, and it's not overbearing, but it's just a nice.
Works for us.
Pace. Works for us.
Yeah, I think if we sit still for too long, we start to get a little bit antsy. And I find it quite hard to switch off from that, even if you do try and take a week off or something. I always find it really hard to actually mentally take a week off.
I feel a similar way with RGM and that kind of stuff, because I work full time because I've got to pay the bills, and then at night time I'm doing the stuff that I love, which is RGM, and then how do you switch off from something you love? It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and when it matters so much to you, and that's I guess if it didn't matter that much to you, then you'd be completely mental doing it, because it's such hard work and it can be such a long process, and you don't know if there's anything at the end of it. That's the thing. So
my journey started, I think it was at Leadenhall when you played with Slow Readers Club.
Yes.
And then watching the journey after that, watching you progress to Glastonbury and seeing you on John Peel's stage and that kind of stuff. And then you're back on tour again, you're in night and day playing different sized venues all the time. How do you prepare for the bigger gigs and the littler gigs, if you know what I mean?
That's fine, we're used to little gigs. I think it's more, was it like within 24 hours of doing that John Peel stage, you were back at work on the pizza counter?
I still on the pizza counter 24 hours after coming off stage.
Wow.
So I think like you have real highs followed by massive drops back to reality. And it's like when we did the Editors tour last year, particularly out in Europe, we were playing in massive venues for like, we were away for maybe almost 3 weeks, and like you then come back and you're just kind of back to reality, and it's weird to adjust.
The next gig we did was in Newcastle after that, so we went from playing like 3 weeks of sold out, thousands of people each night, and then the next one we did was in front of like 10 people in Newcastle. We're like, this is more like it.
Do you have to like prepare your mental health a little bit for that kind of stuff?
I think you just
stay resilient and just know what's.
I don't necessarily think that we prepare ourselves, but you just kind of. I think we're quite resilient people. And I think like you have to be fairly thick-skinned when you're doing any kind of performance thing, because like people might not even like what you're doing, so like, you have to be prepared for criticism and things. So I think with anything like that, I just think we're pretty resilient.
Yeah, I think you've got it. You're in the hardest industry in the world, aren't you?
Well, yeah, it's certainly one of them, I'd say.
What would you class as another one?
Acting. That's got to be hard, isn't it? That's got to be hard.
There's brutal industries out there. But the music industry is definitely up there, and I can only applaud just seeing you just cracking on, just tour after tour, and just fucking. It's just going to happen one day, isn't it? It's just a matter of time.
I mean, look, even if it doesn't, it's still like we all really enjoy it. We wouldn't do it if we didn't really enjoy it. So,
and we've got this album coming out, which
I was just going to ask you. It's a good time to film this.
Even if we left now, at least we've left our sort of. It feels like we've left our mark on the universe. If we were to disband now, then that's there forever. So
you've announced that today. I've seen the big announcement today. Straight out today. So. What kind of, I can't ask you too specifics about it because you won't say, but how easy or difficult was writing the album?
Well, the album we wrote over years, really.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs are more recent, but some of the songs were written like 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
So we had a massive pool of songs to choose from, and we've kind of whittled them down into what works best amongst themselves.
And what's the release date? So I'll put the link to your story on this YouTube channel so people can get involved with it and
24th of January.
24th of January.
And you can pre-order it from our website or
so I presume there'll be a tour around it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all to come. Yeah,
going to be touring.
Not confirmed yet, but
be touring towards the start of next year, and hopefully getting out to Europe and doing some headline stuff out in Europe as well.
Yeah, because you did a big European tour with Neil, didn't you?
Yeah.
I love watching the videos and just watching how drunk you got him and the scrapes you put him in and that kind of stuff. And
that was some of the most fun.
Some random place in Poland somewhere, just loads of stuff like that.
There was nothing there. Because we were doing the tour on a real strict budget, so we booked some really interesting places, and all this town had in Poland. It was quite small. It was only like 10,000 people who lived there.
It looked great.
And the only thing that was there was the world's biggest statue of Jesus.
Okay.
So like you just come up to this town, you're driving through, we're like, oh, are we here yet? And then we come around the corner, you see like a 200-foot statue of Jesus. It's bigger than the one in Rio.
Destination.
Yeah. That was a good night. It was. I think it was.
We had
the most fun I've ever had on the tour.
So you're doing another one of those then?
Nothing confirmed.
Nothing confirmed, but hopefully big plans to tour again, follow the country. Lads, I can't wait to see you tonight. It's been a while.
Thanks.
And,
I hope we've got better.
I'm really looking forward to it tonight. We're down at Night and Day in Manchester. Really appreciate your time, guys. I'll leave you to it. And guys, October Drift Boys, thanks again.
Cheers, mate.
Nice one. Thank you.